All right, so when we have our perpendicular segment that is through a point on a line, a couple things you need to pay attention to is, first of all, this point is not in the middle. So that creates an interesting situation because I only know how to work from a segment that I'm finding that midpoint. So if I want to create a perpendicular segment, let's talk about what that means. My segment has to intersect at a right angle, and I need it to intersect through that point. So what I'm going to do first, and I want you to think about this, is if you need to, go ahead and extend this line further. Because what you're going to do is you're going to put your nose on the point, and you're going to adjust your slide, and you're going to mark a point on the right and on the left of that point. Now, what you've just done, whether or not you realize, is you've just made that point a midpoint. You've just guaranteed that this side, that those two segments are going to be congruent. So these intersections here now become the end points of your segment that you're going to create a perpendicular bisector for. So when you put your nose on that intersection point, you're going to have to open up your slider to more than 1/2, or else you're not going to get your intersecting points. So when you put your pencil in, you want to create an arc above and an arc below. Switch it to this side, nose over the point, and create an arc above and create an arc below. What you have now are these 2 points that you can then connect with a line segment. And that line segment goes through your point. It's guaranteed to be perpendicular, and it bisects. So what you're doing is you are using your perpendicular bisector to create that segment. But what you needed first was a segment where that point was in the middle. Here's the steps that you did. You put your nose on this one point, and you drew an arc intersecting the line to the left and right. And what this step does is you are then creating your segment, your piece of that line that you're going to bisect with a perpendicular line. You're going to put your nose on an arc to the left of the intersection, and you're going to draw an arc above and below the line, and then you're going to connect it. There's an important step missing here where we want to make sure where you open your compass past 1/2 of the distance, or else you're not going to get that arc. So make sure that you open your compass in between these 2 steps. All right, with your group, think about it. Why is it necessary to draw an arc to the left and the right of the point? On your mark it set, talk. All right, thoughts on why? Why is it necessary? I heard it in your conversations. Why is it necessary? Yeah, you need to find that segment, so you need to define your segment, and that segment has your given point as the midpoint. you are creating a perpendicular bisector. That's the tool that you're going to use, which means you have to create a segment that you can bisect. And by putting your point here and drawing these two arcs first, that's what guarantees that that happens.